Missionaries Bill and Janet Eubanks, Seed for the Cities. Dear believers, and that's about where the rubber meets the road, is it not? You either believe God, His Son, His book, His plan, His gospel, His salvation, Acts 4:12, or you go to hell and burn forever, Revelation 20:15. And I think God, your house and my house will serve our God the best we can, in spite of our frame. The personal soul winning is hit and miss. Our car broke down at the Dairy Queen, and while waiting for a tow truck, I stood by a very busy street with my gospel sandwich sign for about 40 minutes. Two ladies pulled up and one is crying. She gets out of the truck and tells me she wants to get saved. God saves her, and Janet gives her assurance. 1 John 5:11, 12, and 13. We steer her to Liberty Baptist Church where Roy Carzelis is pastor. Brother Roy is a friend of Shady Acres and a cowboy of Jack Wood. The Spanish church grows because they have seen the devil's church firsthand and because they are etched on. At any rate, we've been able to deal with a few. The personal tracking in the store parking lots have been very successful, i.e. Kroger's, H-E-B, and Walmart. I took some heat from Whole Foods parking lot. A lady cop on a horse let me track half the parking lot, and when I offered her one, she refused and told me to stop. I said, okay, and she told me to take them all off. I told her that's not going to happen. I went into the store and I got Janet. We drove up to where the horse cop was, stared at her for about 3 minutes, and drove off. The profitable soul winning will go on in Zimbabwe. Janet and I have our tickets paid for, and as soon as the country opens up, we will go for 5 months. Me in the mountain schools, and Janet working the buses and hospitals. Russell and Tracy Wright will be over there also working for God. In Genesis 37, Joseph had his dreams come true. I've had a dream for some time now, and that dream was to get 2 Chick tracts into every home and post office box in America. 2 tracts, one anti-cult, are Roman Catholics Christian, Allah Had No Son, The Visitors, etc. The other tract would be an action story, Gold Fever, The Walking Dead, How to Get Rich, Flight 144, Doomtown, etc. There is a company that will target different parts of the U.S. as to where the tracts are to be sent, with addresses and envelopes. I get a good discount on Chick tracts, and maybe down the line, Chick Publications will help us with some of the mission money given to them. The labeled envelopes with postage will cost about $1 each. I do not want money sent to us for this mission. Preacher Jack Wood tells us of a true story of the great J. Frank Norris and how he would go to Texas towns and ask who is the rich man around here. And Texas is loaded with rich men, oil, cattle, land, etc. Frank Norris would call on the Texan and in many cases win him to Christ. Preacher Wood would used to say, there's money out there, you just got to shake the tree. Now I know I couldn't tie Preacher Norris's shoelace, but I also know I serve the same God, the same mission as him, serving God. And there's probably way more Texas millionaires now than then. So here's the plan. I moved here to Texas to be under Pastor Farley and call on the Baptist churches for meetings when we were not in Africa and build up our support. Brother Jack was giving us $2,000 a month until he died. At any rate, I think he meant tracks. At any rate, I want to get a presentation together with a small DVD player and call on rich Texans to help us. We are 501c3, tax deductible, and we will see what God will do. It's a win-win cause. The guy will get closer to a clear-cut gospel no matter what, and Chick tracts will be passed out in his town and on the way to it. Thanks where you come into the picture. If my dreams come true, it will be because of your prayers. I have enclosed 2 prayer cards in each letter for you who pray and where the church prays. If you would ask God to remember this request, as you know, the king's heart is in the hand of the Lord, as rivers of water. He turneth it whithersoever he will. Proverbs 21:1. Please pray for the mail out ministry. I will keep you posted on the great things our God will do. Janet and I thank you and love you. All glory to Jesus Christ. Bill and Janet. Luke 23:33. Very worthy ministry. A man is going to get it done. So if you want to support him, I'll put the information in the information bar.